Welcome back to AutoReview. My name is Patrick and today I'm presenting you the 2017 Opel Mokka X. X stands for 4x4, so we have a four-wheel drive here. Thank you to Autobetchen who provided me this car so I can test it and show it to you. So what are the specs of this car? We have a 1.4 liter turbo engine producing 152 horsepower. We have a 0 to 100 time in 9.7 seconds, a top speed of 193 kilometers an hour, and an average fuel consumption of 9.6 liters on 100 kilometers tested. In this version we have a 6-speed automatic gearbox connected to the four-wheel drive system. You have an engine range from 115 horsepower petrol powered to 136 horsepower diesel powered. This one is the top spec model with the biggest engine from the petrol range. And as usual, I'll show you the inside, first row, second row, the boot space, and then we drive. Enjoy! So the interior of the Mokka X. First of all, the steering wheel is pretty much known to everyone who has driven an Opel in the last 1 or 2 years. It's the same that we can find, for example, as well in the Meriva or the Astra. Looks very nice. We have on the left side the controls for the speed limiter and the cruise control, and on the right side for the phone as well as the radio. Then we have very clear instrument cluster with the RPM on the left and the speedo on the right, plus a trip computer in the middle that you can change over the left lever. In the middle we have a very nice touchscreen which works very well. It's responsive and doesn't have any lag. If you touch it, it pretty much comes immediately on. On the bottom we have a button for the parking sensors, as well as the air conditioning with the heated seats for driver and passenger. In this model, in the 4x4 version, we have a hill descent control, which works very good. I tried it yesterday when I was driving down the mountain. It was full of snow. It works perfect. The start-stop automatic we can turn on and off, as well as the traction control. On the bottom we have a little lever that opens a little compartment where you can put your phone. This one has a USB and an aux port, as well as a 12-volt power socket. However, it's a little bit difficult to get in there. So better connect everything before you start driving. Then we have the automatic 6-speed gearbox with the manual option you can see on the top. Plus to the front, minus to the back. You have to get used to it. I personally prefer if you have the pedals on the steering wheel. However, it works well. It's just something to get used to. We have a manual parking brake. We have 2 cup holders which you can see fits smaller bottles. Then we have a little compartment which you can close and an armrest for the driver. However, no armrest for the passenger. The glove box is decent size. You can fit quite a lot of things in there. Just leave the booklet at home and then you'll have more space. On the door side on the left we have the electric windows for front and back, as well as the lock function in case you have children. Then we have the electric mirrors which are heated. And in addition to that, you can actually fold the mirrors down while driving or in standing position when you just push the lever to the back. On the left we have as well the auto lights, which is a very nice feature, plus the fog lights front and rear. One feature I would like to highlight, which is actually Opel's Onstar. This is the system that comes actually from the US, and Opel has implemented this in all new cars. So what does it do? Onstar is basically a concierge service, you can say, plus a rescue service at the same time. So we have 3 buttons here. The one in the middle, if you press that, you'll get connected automatically to a hotline in your language. So if you're in Portugal, it will be someone speaking Portuguese. If you're in Italy, it will be someone speaking Italian. If you're in Germany or Switzerland, in German part, someone will speak German to you. And you can basically ask them anything you want. Plus, the main feature or one of the highlights is you can, for example, instead of typing the address in your navigation system, you can just ask the person to do it for you. So you tell them, I would like to go to Bern, to the theater. They will confirm this to you and they will send the location to your GPS. The only thing you have to do is then start navigation. That's it. Perfect. Another thing is a safety feature. So you can either do it manually over the SOS button here, and you will be connected to a different call center which is specialized on rescue services. Or if you have an accident and you're not able to do that anymore because you're uncautious, the car will automatically alert the rescue services when the airbags are deployed. The first thing that someone will call you. If you will not respond, emergency services will be dispatched. So this is a really nice feature. It will locate where you are and then you can get rescued. Another feature is on the left side, which is actually a height function. because the car actually displays where you are at the moment. It will not record where you're driving or your route, it will just show where you are at that particular moment. So if you don't want someone to know where you are, you just do the incognito button here. Another thing to the seats, as you can see, I really like the interior. It's black and brown. It's super nice color, I really like it. And you have an extension for your legs. This one has electric lumbar support for the driver and electric up and down of the seat. And we have a lumbar support which can be adjusted to your needs. So overall, it's very nice position. I'm elevated over the rest of the traffic, so it's very comfortable to drive. I have a very nice surround view of the car. And now we go to the second row. Okay, second row in the Mokka X. I can sit very comfortable. I have plenty of headroom, and I have as well knee room and leg room, which is nice. As you can see, we have pockets in the front seats where I can put like magazine or smaller stuff. Then on the left side, we'll find electric window. And the nice thing about that is that it actually goes all the way down. Very nice. And you can see as well, we have tinted windows from the B pillar onwards. We have a little compartment in the middle and another one on the bottom, which fits smaller bottles. However, we have no cup holder in the doors or in the middle. Those ones are hidden in the armrest here. So you can fit here 2 cups, for example, for coffee or whatever. Armrest is always very comfortable. I like that one. However, we have no point of actually reaching through the middle to the boot space. So, and on the bottom we have a 12-volt power socket, however no USB port. And we have a light in the middle, as well as a hook and something to hold on to. 3 headrests in the back, as well as 3 3-point seat belts, and 2 times ISOFIX on the left and right seat. So that's it for the second row. Let's check the boot. Okay, so the Mokka X from the back. What do we have? As I mentioned, we have the tinted windows from the B pillars onwards, all the way around. Opel logo in the middle. Mokka 4x4. Again, X stands for 4x4. And the turbo, which tells you that we have a turbo engine here. Let's open the tailgate, which is a manual one. As you can see, it opens quite high. I have enough space to stand below that. Boot space, we have a lot of space, which is nice. Height to load is a little bit higher, however it's a 4x4, obviously you have to lift it a bit higher. On the left we have the first aid kit, which comes with the car. On the right we have a little compartment which you can close. Below this we have a spare wheel. It's not a full-size spare wheel, however it is one. And we have some space to put smaller items. So that's it, let's close and then we hit the road. Alright, let's go! You've seen the reverse camera just now, and now you see the Apple CarPlay. So as I mentioned, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto both are supported. Now we're gonna test because we have some snow here. So here we have the button for the hill descent control. We're gonna push that one. Actually it will recognize how steep it is and then it will brake. It will let you drive obviously, but once it detects that it's very steep, it will automatically brake the car or slow it down. So we have an Apple CarPlay. As you can see, Google Maps is working perfectly as well. So if you have, for example, address saved already, you can prepare it at home and then you just can navigate through here. Obviously I don't have any music at the moment whatsoever, however the telephone works as well. So if you want to go back, you can have the Opel navigation. And now you see I take my foot off, it's blinking, indicating, and it actually automatically slowing down the car and make sure that you're safe. So once we are down, we just push it one more time and then we can go. Let's go to the right. Okay. What I really like about the Mokka X, or the Mokka, now recently it was Mokka, now it's Mokka X, is how you sit in the car and the visibility of everything. You are elevated, you have very nice surround view, very nice view to the back as well, though the C-pillar is quite huge. However, the reverse camera helps. So there isn't any issue in parking. You have parking sensors in the front and in the back, which work well. And fuel consumption, I have to correct me, I believe I said 9.6, however it's now 9.4, we were at 9.2. And that is on average of, let me just see, more than 3 hours of driving, 121 kilometers so far, 9.4 now. Average speed was 39.5. Okay, so let's continue driving. So we have the cruise control, which we're gonna put in now. You can adjust it in 2 km/h steps up and down. The only issue I have, and that is something that Opel hasn't figured out yet, is when you go down the hill, other than other car manufacturers, it actually doesn't hold the speed that you set. So if you set it to, let's say, 70 going down the hill, and it's quite steep, it will accelerate. It will not keep 70. It will go 72, 3, 4, and so on and so on. I wish Opel would finally figure that out, because that is something that I do not like. As I mentioned, the touchscreen is very nice. Let me just turn off the light. No. We want to have it on. Let's go a little bit on the highway. So touchscreen works well, as I mentioned to you. It's very responsive. It has DAB on board, and this is the first DAB that I've found that actually still works in the garage. And when you drive into a tunnel, it doesn't immediately turn it off, which is nice. But let's go back to navigation. You can, sorry, one more thing. You can download a few things in the shop. The only two things that were there was, well, some messaging app, which is not very popular, and the weather channel. So the weather channel, for example, now doesn't work because I have not connected my phone to be a hotspot. This will be available later, that you will have the Wi-Fi function in the Mokka X, and it will create a hotspot for up to 7 devices. At the moment it doesn't work, so you have to connect your phone, turn on the hotspot, and then you can download the weather information. All the rest works very good. Navigation I tried out, works good as well. Nothing new. What I like is the lights. We have here full LED lights, and they look beautiful. And the fun thing, or the interesting thing about the LED lights, is that actually the LEDs are not pointing towards the road. The LEDs are pointing down inside the headlight and reflect outside. And they are very, very bright, very nice. Now, heated seats are super warm. I have it on 1 only, and it's warm enough already. 3 is really hot when you start driving in the morning and the car was standing idle. The car was standing all night in the garage. It's comfortable at high speed, and as you can see, it's not very loud in here either. Steering is direct, but not hard. It's a little bit softer side, I would say. It would be nicer if it had a little bit more feeling to it. However, it's very safe. I don't feel that, as you can see, it doesn't wobble or anything like that in high speeds, even though we're elevated. Let me just take this one out and put it on the floor so it doesn't make noise. Let's just test the brakes in a second. I hope you can still see me because of the sun. So we're going now 80, 90, and very good. Very, very good. The only thing I'm missing in the Mokka X is some driver assist systems, like adaptive cruise control, and that will keep radar, in the radar that will keep distance to the front, blind spot assistant, lane departure assistant. These are a few things that this car doesn't have, and you kind of get used to it. However, keep in mind the price that you pay for this car. I mean, you have seen it already. At the moment, Autobetchen is offering a 2,500 Swiss franc bonus, so which is whatever published price you'll find on the Opel website. Just take 2,500 off, and until end of March 2017, they have a 0% leasing offer without any down payment option as well. So it's quite interesting if you're looking for a new car, 4x4 now in this case, and you don't want to put any down payment down, and you have 0% interest or 0% leasing, so you don't pay anything extra, which is great. It's very quiet, good isolation here. It's comfortable on speed bumps and bumps as well. It's a really nice car to drive. And again, I would like to highlight, it's very nice to sit elevated because you have a much nicer view and much better view of everything. It's easy to get in and out of the car as well. So this is a thing that with older drivers or people who have maybe some back pain, it's easier to get in and out of a car like this rather than something like a limousine. For example, if you're thinking about getting an Astra or a Mokka and you have maybe back pain, the Mokka would be the car for you, right? One thing that I would recommend is when you're looking into the Mokka X and you're thinking about getting one, calculate if you're driving a lot and if maybe diesel would be a better option. Because when I actually yesterday drove up Beatenberg, it's quite a steep hill to go up, or quite a steep mountain to go up. And the 1.4 turbo with 152 horsepower is actually top engine when it comes to petrol-powered range that Opel offers with the Mokka X. However, if you would go for diesel, however, I still recommend to get a diesel. The only issue you have is that you can't get the top range diesel with an automatic gearbox. You can only get the smaller one with the automatic. However, it would be not a 4x4. So the only option for you to have 4x4 and automatic is the petrol powered engine, which we have in this model. So it's not possible to have diesel 4x4 automatic. Maybe later, however at the moment this option is not existing. So keep that in mind, yeah. I still think the diesel is the better option, but if you prefer automatic and you don't drive too much, go for the 1.4 turbo with 152 horsepower, because I believe the smaller engines will struggle if you're in mountain area like we are here in the Berner Oberland. If you're living in a city and you don't drive a lot of kilometers, then the petrol powered is the better option. So let me just go on the B road here, and then we accelerate from 50 to 70, and then you're just gonna hear how loud it gets in the car as well. Okay, so now we're driving 50 and go. And that was 70. So he shifts down, it gets a little bit louder, but again, usually how often do you need acceleration like that? Again, fuel consumption 9.2 to 9.4 liters is good for a car with that weight, size, and the engine that it has. Obviously the diesels are more fuel efficient when it comes to that, and they have more torque. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you do, please subscribe, like, share it, leave any questions and comments below, and head over to AutoBetchen. Again, thank you very much who provided this car to me. You'll find the link in the description below. So I thank you, I wish you a good day, and see you next time. Bye.